So the question is, you have worked on detecting object affordances using vision. What is the biggest challenge in detecting object affordances with robots? So I would say that the biggest challenge is the representation and the encoding of affordances. So we humans are very creative when it comes to using objects to fulfill a task. So if we don't have an appropriate object available, we can use a different one that can fulfill a goal. For example, we can use a knife to stir if we don't have a spoon, or we can use a mug to pound if we don't have a hammer. So I would say that the first challenge when transferring this knowledge to a robot is to learn and encode object properties that are relevant for a task. And so the most common way to do this is to associate parts with a task. For example, we can say that long pointy parts can be used for stirring. And the second challenge pertaining to this would be to learn these affordances. And one approach is to manually segment objects into parts and then label the parts with appropriate tasks. But that requires tedious human effort. And so another approach is to allow robots to execute tasks and then learn from self-supervision what parts are in contact with the environment and where and how to grasp them. And finally, I would say that the last challenge is that robot embodiment plays an important role when talking about affordances in robotics. So, for example, a robot with a parallel gripper might be able to use a certain object only in one way due to limitations. And a robot with more dexterous hand might be able to use the same object to execute more tasks. So, for example, a three-finger hand can sustain higher external forces when, for example, pounding or hammering than a two-finger hand can.